Travis Wayne Goodsell. So I'm noticeably healthier now. Bowel movements are looking better. It's been a couple of weeks since I first moved here, got away from the shelter. Still have the cough. I'm thinking hopefully I need to just get running. So I need to find the remaining items of my running attire so that can be done. But the shelter does not help the homeless. They don't have resources for us. And I was unique in that they were purposely, well, they're doing it to everybody else too. It's not like I'm the only one that was treated that way. But I was the one who was complaining about it. And so they made a special effort to punish me at the shelter for my complaining. And I had exposed the criminal operation that was taking place there. It does not help the poor. It's supposed to, at least in the minds and understanding of the populace. But the way the government has adjusted the laws, and it goes back to Reagan economics, where the government would give free handouts to corporations, the filthy rich. And it was expected that these corporations would then trickle it down to their employees and to the customers. And so the shelter, as demonstrating the failed economic system of Reagan economics, mistreated their employees. High turnover rate. New staff, janitorial even, and caseworkers and security. Constant switchover. Many days with short staff, unable to do things, unable to do deep cleans. So glad I'm gone. But yeah, and then the abuse of the clients, whom they call, which are the homeless. We never got towels, for example. And all the time I was there, the shelter never got towels. I had found when I moved here and opened up the backpack that I got for Christmas, because for Christmas, do you know what they gave us? They gave us a backpack and a blanket. And what are we supposed to do with that? Oh, we're supposed to go to the streets? I thought we were in a shelter now. Yeah. There's confusing messages. Because the shelter is not supposed to be a permanent residence. And yet, do you not see what they're doing? They're making it a permanent residence. Oh no, we need to make sure all the homeless are brought in to protect them. Because it's not safe living on the streets. It's not safe in their tent cities. It's inhumane. Oh, where do they go to the bathroom? Oh, we need to, get them off the streets. It's not safe. It's an inhumane environment. And that justifies them bulldozing and throwing away the homeless person's property that they've rightfully stolen and conned from people. Like a politician. We're the rich under Reagan economics. And that's how they justify not taking care of the poor. The government and other people donate to the shelter and to charities rather than giving directly to the homeless who are the ones in need of it. And they give the justification. Well, they're just going to buy drugs. They're just going to buy alcohol. They're going to frivolously waste the money and not get them out of their condition. The move to get here, using tea women. That is an awesome title. And if you can't figure it out, write it out on a piece of paper. Tea women. And a truck. $700. Great service, but that's the normal price. It was a little more because the property manager of the storage unit decided to make problems for me and causing an hour or two delay. But yeah, if it were a full household, easily $700 and more, depending on the number of rooms and all that stuff. So it's expensive. You know, you think, oh, I gave you $10. Oh, gee, I can pay rent now. I can buy a full meal at McDonald's. You're not understanding. But, you know, you get those signs at Temple Square. Don't give to the homeless. Give to a charity that will help the homeless. That's the Reagan economics speaking. Don't give to the employees. Don't give to the customers. Give to the corporations. And they will hoard the money invested in the stock market and get filthy rich, while the status quo actually gets worse. Employees are still making the same wages as the cost of living dramatically increases. The customers are forced to buy and rebuy on a more regular basis poor quality products that are more expensive. Failed economic system. And it's reaching its boiling point. But this is the cause of homelessness. But our government refuses to accept it. They caused the problem, and they refuse to acknowledge and accept that they were the cause of the problem, and blame the victims, and then punish the victims as their method of fixing the problem. That's what Operation Rio Grande was let's punish the homeless, lock them up in jail, and that'll fix the problem. And it just made it worse. And so, why is the church doing that same practice? The church never, ever gives to the poor and the needy, the sick and the afflicted. They're supposed to. They claim they do. They don't. And again, we'll bring up Ballard's article yesterday, 20th anniversary of the BYU Department of Ballard Social Fixing Problems in the World Center. And in 1985, he was assigned to go to Ethiopia with $11 million as to determine how to spend the $11 million. And it rained, and we don't find out what happened to the $11 million. But we do know what didn't happen. Charity to the Ethiopian people. Because today it's worse than it was in 1985. So what happened to the $11 million? What did the church do with it? Because clearly they didn't give it to the people. Or maybe they just bought drugs and alcohol with it. One big party. It's just sick and wrong that the church is deceiving you into thinking they're charitable. They have LDS charities, but they never use it for charity to the people. It's always to an organization. They're the charity, but they're giving the charity money to another charity rather than use it for the poor. It boggles the mind. Not that they're doing it, because they're not true. I know they're a false church, a criminal church. They're using it to make money. But why Mormons can't catch on is horrific. And I know Mormons know what they're doing. They see the signs. They know the process and the system. They give their excuse to not give to the poor themselves. I give to the church, and they take care of the poor. That's the Mormons' excuse. They've learned from the prophets. They know. And yet, they are trying to claim ignorance? So, I just, the church will do it to you too. Dear God, guys.